Hi there, so here is the Tecno Camon 12 Air. The reason I'm excited about this device is the dot-hole front camera on the display. Well, it's not a first, Samsung and Vivo both have done it, but for a phone priced at just $9,999, it's definitely worth the attention. So let's unbox it, let's have a look at the display, its performance and lots more. But before that, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any updates. Also follow me on my Twitter, Facebook and Instagram handles. You see the handle names right here. Let's jump into the unboxing. And here is the retail packaging of the Tecno Camon 12 Air. On the right side of the box, it's written quad-core processor, 64GB ROM, 16-megapixel triple camera, fingerprint sensor and face unlock. On the right, it's made in India. At the bottom, we can have a look at some of the specifications. The MRP on the box is $11,499. Well, let's quickly unbox it. On the top, we see the phone. Let's keep it aside for a moment. Here's a quick start guide and a warranty card. A transparent silicone cover, not bad. A USB to micro USB charging cable. A 10-watt charging adapter. And a SIM ejector pin. Let's check out the device. On front is a 6.55-inch display. On top is an 8-megapixel selfie camera. On the right we have the power button and the volume rockers. On the left you have the SIM tray. Let's open up and see the configuration. There's support for 2 nano SIM cards and a dedicated micro SD card slot. At the bottom there's a speaker, charging port, mic and 3.5 audio headphone jack. And the back looks beautiful. This is the bay blue color. Also on the back is a fingerprint scanner and triple camera setup with flash. The one on the top is a 2-megapixel macro lens. The second one is the primary 16-megapixel sensor. And the bottom is a 5-megapixel ultra wide and flash. So let's boot up the device and meanwhile let's have a look at the specifications. Helio P22 CPU, 6.55-inch display with a resolution of 720 by 1600 pixels, 4GB RAM with 64GB storage, triple rear camera, dot-hole front camera and 4000 mAh battery. And finally, the setup is complete. Let's have a closer look. Man, the 720p display looks really impressive, surprisingly. On the top left, you can see the dot-hole camera. It gives a nice immersive look. With the way the wallpaper is set, it totally blends in. It's running a custom skin on Android and as you can see, it's really smooth. Here's the launcher and we can see that it's really responsive. Let's look at some specs in the settings. As you can see, it has 4GB RAM, 64GB storage, 8-megapixel front, 16:2 and 5 rear, 4000 mAh battery, resolution and Android P. And there you go, Android P, Android Pie. If you check out in the storage, it shows that we have 4GB RAM, out of it 2.37GB is available and internal storage 54GB is available. Here's looking at the dot-hole camera with the white background so that you can actually see how it looks. Pulling down the notification bar and you can access the quick toggles, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, location, screenshot, everything is here. And few more here, data saver, bike mode, silent mode, read here. WhatsApp and Facebook and some apps come pre-installed. Apps that you don't want can be deleted, so no problem. Google apps come pre-installed, so that is super convenient. Let's set up the fingerprint. Setting up the fingerprint is super easy and quick. Let's test it. Man, that's fast. I've always loved capacitive fingerprint scanners. They never disappoint and they're always fast. Here's testing the face unlock and it's surprisingly fast. Really fast. There you go. So if you find this wallpaper extremely flashy, you can go into the settings and quickly change it to something more subtle that suits your personal preference. On the center right of the display, there is an option where you can quick panel where you can get your shortcuts, your screenshots, you can add your shortcuts for quick access. And finally, let's check out the camera. The regular camera, then you can go to the 2x, which is the macro lens, and then you can come to the ultra wide. On the left, you can select videos and you can record videos at 1080p at 30 frames per second. And then there's a beauty mode, which I barely use. Bokeh is for the bokeh blur effect. AR shot is where you can add a couple of GIFs to your images to make them more interesting. And finally, panorama. Let's check out the front camera. The first thing you see is an ultra wide. Then the AI shot, similarly you can add GIFs and make it more fun. Portrait for the blur effect, beauty mode for that perfect skin, AI camera is your regular camera and video, and you can shoot 1080 at 30 fps from your front camera too. Great. Google Lens is also embedded on the app. Let's quickly check out how it works. So you keep a product or a device in front of you and you take a picture, and Google Lens will see what is in the image and it will show you results as per and what you have taken pictures about. Let's check out another one. So here's a small plant. I take a picture. Google Lens will analyze it, and there you go. So next time if you want to find out more about something, just use the Google Lens. Let's have a look at some samples, and this is a picture taken by the 16 megapixel rear camera. Here is an ultra wide and a rear camera picture side by side. And here's the three selfies: the regular selfie, the background blur bokeh selfie, and the wide angle selfie. And this is my current favorite, the 2 megapixel macro lens. So how is the device? Mixed feelings. It has a 6.55-inch screen with just a 720p display. Nowadays 1080p is such a norm. However, if you aren't told, you probably wouldn't realize because it looks really good. Yes, the dot hole front camera definitely makes it look premium. I can see this coming to so many budget phones very soon. If you don't like the camera hole, you can switch it with the black bar where the hole totally disappears. Smart software tweaks. There's a 4000 mAh battery which can easily last you for a day thanks to the 720p display, which doesn't consume a lot of battery. The 10-watt charger is provided in the box and it takes over 2 hours to fully charge. No fast charging support here. The camera is average. Pics are good during the day and in well-lit situations. 5 megapixel wide camera sensor does a decent job too. The device is running the Android 9 Pie out of the box, which is great. I might not be a fan of the interface, but it seems inspired by the Samsung One UI. If you don't like the launcher or the interface, you can install a third-party launcher, and that should make the experience a lot better. The performance is good, running irregular apps and gaming is fluid. Let's not forget, for Rs 9,999, you really can't ask more than this. The only thing that puzzles me about this phone is the brand. Not many have even heard of it, but seeing the build, design, the dot hole display, it seems like the best option for the price. If you aren't brand conscious and looking for that budget Android phone, this is a very good option. If you can extend your budget a little, there are many better options like the Samsung M30s or the Mi A3, and trust me, sometimes it's worth paying that little extra for peace of mind and assurance. I'll leave the links of all the devices in the description. If you like to buy one, do check it out. So I hope this video was helpful. I always appreciate your feedback, so feel free to leave a comment. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until next time, cheers.